2, 3, 4. It's the hardest part of the ring. The hardest part of the ring. Sometimes you go over the top rope, and then you bang your head on the ring apron. Don't do that. That's when you feel like a big dope, 'cause they're the worst bumps you can be taking. Oh, it's the hardest part of the ring. The hardest part of the ring. Sometimes you reach out for the hot tag, and then you go ahead and make your own comeback, knock it off. That's when you should quit wrestling, and you're better off rolling a thumbtacks. AEW, the hardest part of the ring. The hardest part of the ring. Now double claps. Let's go, Bob Squad. I can't hear you at home. The hardest part of the ring. The hardest part of the ring. Ba-da-ba-da. Whoa, Nelly, what's going on, Bob Squad? How in the heck are you? You crazy cats. You rabid dogs just screaming Vikings, you wild savages. Oh, Nelly, it's been a few days. What are we talking about today? We're talking about the Hulu edition. The Hulu edition, not limited enough commercial interruption, the Hulu edition of WWE Monday Night Raw for May 24th of 2021. What happened on Raw? I'm not sure. This was not a bad episode. This was not a painful episode. I was okay watching it until the end of the Hulu edition. This might be one of the more missable episodes. I don't think I missed anything, but it was, the action was good enough to, I guess, justify whatever else was going on until we got to the end. But hey, you know, this is how we do things. This is why they put the bread and the milk in the back of the store, okay? Otherwise, you're not going to buy all the bullshit in the middle. Okay. Is that why? I don't know. I think that's because that's where the refrigerators are. Be that as it may, that notwithstanding, nevertheless, all things considered, on the other hand, let's talk about Monday Night Raw. Plenty of business to talk about. We'll talk about it at the end of the thingy. Hulk Hogan slams Andre the Giant, and then you see a picture of Vince McMahon Sr. and Classy Freddie Blassie, etc., 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 and then all the modern stars, and not one of them is doing a wrestling move. They're all doing a pose. How about that? MVP is in the ring, just like last week, to start the show, and Bobby Lashley is with, I'm going to call them Lashley's ladies. That's what I'm going to call them. She hates her Tupac, but loves her LL. I got that backwards from Phenomenon. Loves her Tupac. Yeah, okay, whatever. Lashley and Lashley's ladies strut their stuff to the ring. They look the happiest to be there of anyone on this program. Do you know that? Lashley helps them up the stairs one at a time. That's very nice of him. Okay, he seems like an okay guy. Then, yeah, okay. This was too good to be true. Before we do this promo, we do a video recap in the middle of the promo, or right before the beginning of the promo. We do a video recap of last week's promo at the same time of the show, which is the same thing. Do you understand what's happening here? The show is an MC Escher painting. What the hell is going on? So they recap the promo that happened last week, and then they do that promo again. It's amazing there's not a show called Killing Time in their programming. Drew McIntyre interrupts. Holy bull. And he even says, he's like, everyone knows I was about to interrupt you. Well, yeah. Yeah, we do. And then Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, the New Day, interrupt. And what happens? Oh, this sets up a match between Kofi and Drew. Adam Pearce comes out and says, Kofi and Drew, I got a wild and crazy idea. What do you say, you nutty, you scamps, you mad camp scoundrels, you? And then he gives them noogies. No, he doesn't. He tells them, you guys wrestle, and the winner will wrestle Bobby Lashley at the Hell in a Cell, in a Hell in a Cell match, I think. They never really say. They're always vague with that. They always say, I'll fight you at Hell in a Cell, but they never say if it's in the, they don't say if it's in the cell or not. But we know the cell is red. That's all we know. An MVP and Lashley's ladies watch in a makeshift lounge from the ramp, which really doesn't make any sense, because if they intend to lounge there all night, how would that work? Because either way, win, lose, or draw, the lounge is going to be disassembled at the end of this match. So how comfortable can you actually expect to get? You can be there anywhere from 5 to 15, 16 minutes. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. You think they would just have like a folding chair or a stool or something? Like it doesn't really, like they're sitting at the bar before they wait to get into their cushy, loungy chairs. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. I never understood that. But that notwithstanding, I got the sniffles. I got the sniffles. They have a match. Drew and Kofi have a great match. It's a good babyface match, and it's hard because the two baby faces are different sizes, but they made it work. Kofi's. Oh, he had his bumping boots on today. Holy balls. He got knocked around. Drew brought back that thing. I guess he's had big opponents for the last few months with Lashley and Braun, but Drew brought back the thing where he has the dude on his shoulders like he's going to get victory rolled, but instead he just yanks the guy forward and the guy takes a face bump. And he did that with Kofi's face to the ring apron, which, by the way, is the hardest part of the ring. And, of course, the match is a double DQ. Why? I don't know. Oh, they did the cliche where Lashley decides to go sit at the announcer's table anyway, because so for him that lounge was only comfortable for 8 minutes. And of course, there's some kind of commotion. Kofi does a dive, which they call a trust fall, which is silly because it literally is a trust fall, but that doesn't expose it, does it? Anyway, they knock into Lashley. We've seen this 400 times, right? So Lashley gets mad, and him and MVP start beating up the baby faces. Double DQ. Match gets 6,741 stars according to my very scientific rating system. I know everything. And of course, Xavier Woods gets in there to save his buddy, but he gets clotheslined by Bobby Lashley. And there you go. So what was that for? I figured, okay, they'll bring that match back in the main event somehow, and then they'll tell us what the main event of Hell in a Cell is. I thought they would do that. They do not do that. You will wait 3 hours for nothing. 2.5 at this point, because we are 30 minutes in, and by the time it's at the 30-minute mark in the Hulu show, and I know both shows at least started the same of Hulu and then whatever the at USA. We're 30 minutes in, the first match is ending, so just want to put that out there. Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley are backstage, and Nikki Cross is backstage too, and Nikki still wrestles there. And somehow Nikki makes this challenge a 2-minute challenge to wrestle Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley wrestles Nikki Cross in this 2-minute challenge, but they were making it unclear as to who was supposed to beat who in 2 minutes. So basically, the story is if Rhea doesn't beat Nikki in 2 minutes, then she loses. So Nikki lasts the 2 minutes. Good God, because I didn't think they were going to have her do that at all. I thought, okay, this is the end of Nikki. We're going to say goodbye to her next April. It's going to suck. But yeah, Nikki just kind of fought back, and then Rhea lost her temper and stomps her in the corner and lost track of time. So Nikki wins because she lasted 2 minutes with Rhea Ripley. So the idea was that Rhea should easily beat Nikki Cross in 2 minutes or less, which is still not good for. I don't care if she's the champion against any of the other women on the roster who aren't brought in as one time enhancement talent, if you will. So I don't know. Maybe beating God, forgive me for picking on her, but like Lana can lose in 2 minutes. Naomi, I'm sorry, she's on her way down. She can lose in 2 minutes to Rhea Ripley, not to each other. Anyway, Charlotte Flair arrives and mocks Rhea Ripley and refers to herself as the Opportunity. And then before Charlotte wrestles a match, Adam Pearce is backstage with Drew McIntyre and Kofi Kingston. And Pearce says, you know what? Next week, Kofi and Drew, you guys will wrestle again to see who will wrestle Bobby Lashley at Hell in a Cell. So it's kind of shitty, actually. I was a little annoyed. It was a little bit of I don't know if false advertising is the word. It's a bit of a bait and switch because they made good on a promise and then they didn't deliver. And yeah, it wasn't really. I was like, yeah, you should. Then later on in the show, I think they tell MVP. I'll get to that later. Obviously, there's a stipulation. I mean, maybe they'll just do the three of them. Asuka wrestles Charlotte. Charlotte wrestles Asuka at the same time. This was way better than the one they had last week, and not because it was longer. It was because it was more. It was harder hitting, and it made it look like both of them were trying to defeat the other one instead of waiting for Rhea to show up. And of course, Rhea does show up. Does she? I forget. Actually, I don't remember. Maybe Rhea doesn't show up. Tell me in the comments, or not. I'll get over it. Really, I'll forget about this whole thing. Charlotte wins the match with a she does the old finish. This was digging out the old timer finish playbook here. She's in the Asuka lock with the chicken wing. She does the roll back and pins Asuka. Asuka can't get a win to save her life. Everyone beats Asuka on the way to stuff. Pearson is backstage with Lashley and MVP again. Of course, he says next week if you guys interfere, it's a 90-day suspension without pay. So okay, I don't know. Then we have a package, a long dangling package that you didn't ask for. That you didn't want to see pictures of this package, but someone sent you pictures of the package, and now it's smacking you on the nose, and you're just trying to sleep. Riddle wrestles Xavier Woods, and they beat the snot out of each other. This was fun. Different style, a bit more grounded. Really showed you what Xavier could do, too. I don't know the last time we have to see him have this kind of match. Especially as a singles on any television show, if any ever if ever at all. I really don't recall, but this was really good. They do a double down with a double clothesline. You don't see many of those nowadays, and a crazy German suplex, which I'm not a fan of. Xavier landed right on his shoulder and his head, and I don't like it. Where it's hard to explain, but Xavier is standing on the ring apron, hardest part of the ring, facing out towards the computers. And Riddle is not standing on the buckle, but literally bouncing himself on the second rope, and he pulls Xavier Woods up and gives him a German suplex, and he just dumps him straight on his fucking head, and I don't like it. I just don't like it. I saw him do it to a guy or two in NXT. I think Velveteen Dream was one of them, and the guy still landed really high up, which is bad as it is, but I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see him do that on Raw. And I will guarantee, goddamn to you right now, he never does that move to Randy. Okay? I'm just saying that. Watch me be wrong. Nah, Randy ain't taking that shit. Riddle wins with an RKO. Oh, now that was out of nowhere. Really creative. I got a kick out of it. Riddle wins 1, 2, 3. Match gets 6 million stars under my system. Oh, Charlotte and Asuka also got 744 stars. Don't ask me to explain my system. It's too complex and genius. Reginald, the Somalian, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax are all backstage. I don't know what they're fighting about. Shayna doesn't like Reginald and refuses to acknowledge that Alexa Bliss sometimes is on a swing set and makes the ring explode. Anyway, Eva Marie does an evolution thing where she's so happy to inspire people to train, and she's a great personal trainer now or something. I don't know what they're doing. When they started these, I thought they were doing the, hey, Eva's going to be one of those over-the-top, annoying, inspirational people like Kurt Angle in '99, or even what Bo Dallas was doing in 2013, 14, something like that. You know, the Bo Lee. I thought they were going to do something like that. And now it seems like they're going to... This one was showing me that they're actually just going to push her as an awesome, inspirational, perfect babyface. Like, you imbeciles. Wait till the live crowd comes back, guys. Y'all change a thing or two. Oh my goodness, I'd hate to be a writer for this bullshit. The main event of Monday Night Raw on May 24th, 2021 is the Women's Tag Team Championship match, which is fine. It gives the title importance. I think that's awesome. Wow, it doesn't give the Tag Team Champions much importance, but you know, of course, Nia Jax is. Notice there's no video of Nia Jax working out. Like you'll see, whether it's Eva Marie's promo or Sheamus and his Instagram pictures working out with John Cena, and Charlotte loves her workout pics, and Carmella, of course, just likes her glam. There's a few others too. Whatever. There's a bunch of them who love their workout pics. But there's no Nia Jax workout pics. Saying it. Shayna beats the tar out of Natalya. Most of this match is really Natalya selling, and Tamina comes in. Tamina and Nia together is not a winning combo. That's the thing with the Samoans. They're such awesome wrestlers, but don't all of them together is not necessarily a good idea. It's awesome on paper. Like Reigns versus either of the Usos is still awesome, and or anytime Usos and someone fought the Shield, it was always great back in the day. But yeah, not all of them. You know, like I don't think Samu versus Rikishi would have been a good match. Sorry. Uh-oh, someone's coming for me. I shouldn't have said that out loud. No, someone's gonna be knocking on my door. God damn it, Beb. Shayna, what happens in this match? Anyway, Shayna's about to beat Natalya. At one point, Shayna's natty rolled up, and Reginald, of course, causes a distraction, and Shayna's very upset, and rightfully so, because Nia seems to have lost all interest in a tag team championship. So she's shown that she's too cool for something again, which makes everybody else look like an idiot for caring about it. Just like she's too cool to care that she lost the thing to Lana, and she just does the my whole jokes. Whatever. She's the worst. She really is the worst. Shayna is distracted by another explosions. She sends Reginald away. The ramp explodes with the pyro. And I think Shayna she gets rolled up by Natalya, 1, 2, 3. I don't know it doesn't look good for Natalya to me. They had the great weekend. Everyone on Twitter loved them. It was a weekend of a pay-per-view and they weren't on it, and I don't even think they were mentioned on it. So, this match was about Shayna, Reginald, and Alexa Bliss, who was not there. And if you saw on Instagram or Twitter, unfortunately, her beloved pet, Larry Steve, got sick and passed away over the weekend, so that sucks. I'm a little surprised. She's in very good standing with them clearly, because I don't think many people on the roster could take off for the loss of a pet, especially last minute. Like, it doesn't seem. I don't want to. How many people on the roster would get away with that on just Raw? And they're still figured it. Alexa is definitely in a very high standing and an almost can do no wrong type of position. And good for her. Like, she makes, like I said, I've always said about Alexa, she makes chicken salad out of the most chicken shit of anyone that's ever been given all the chicken shit. I think Carmella does it really awesome as well, but I think she's just on SmackDown, and maybe she's just not in front of Vince as much, because I think Carmella's awesome at it as well. She doesn't get enough love at all. She should be on every goddamn TV show, every SmackDown. You know what I mean? I don't get that, but I don't know. I'm just some fucking guy mouthing off into the microphone. So they set up the match. Shayna Baszler will wrestle Reginald next week. I'm calling it right now. There's going to be shenanigans, explosions, or black goop, or laughing dolls, or swing sets, and Shayna is losing to Reginald next week. Because some people, just like Asuka, they have a hard-on for humiliating. Asuka's one, and Shayna's the other. They just have to do it. They can't help themselves. I really think the creative, or just Vince, I guess, has enjoyed this year and a half of no live crowd to what they call hijack the show, but really, I mean, yeah, there are dicks who are looking to get attention and ruin everything no matter what, but even they get drowned out by everyone else when everyone else is having a good time and enjoying what they see. So, hell, the last couple of years Cena was around, he was getting cheered again. So they recognized he was having good matches, and he wasn't necessarily, he was a top guy instead of in 20, I don't know, 15, 16, 17-ish. He was doing a lot of matches with AJ and Dean Ambrose, that kind of thing. Shinsuke was one of them, I think. It's 2017-ish, yeah. And fans are like, oh, we like him. He wasn't even wrestling on every show. He was getting older and busier and acting and everything else. He would show up and he would have these great main event matches. He was losing almost all of them too. So, oh yeah, I like John. I like John. I hope he comes back here and there, not for full time. Wouldn't I'd be okay with him back full time, but in the long run, probably wouldn't be good for the show. Not long term, anyway. That was wrong. Sorry, I'm half asleep for this one. I probably gave a good 6 hours of work today to dedicated to getting this Beach Town podcast up. Tech diff after tech diff, and it's been a lot of work. There is a YouTube channel and Gmail, in addition to the Twitter dedicated to the thing, Beach Town Comedy. It's getting there. So close. There's certain things YouTube doesn't want to let me do. And my Podomatic podcast host definitely doesn't want to let me host a second podcast without charging me a lot of money. So I got issues. That's what I spent like all day doing. And then this. And in between, I watched Raw and recorded this. So I'll need some chicken teriyaki. I got it from the supermarket. It's really good. There's some vegetables in it too. I heat those up first and I eat them. I want to enjoy that. I have a Coca-Cola Zero, which is proud sponsor. Not that proud. Not even a willing sponsor of the hardest part of the ring. So Bob Squad, I will talk to you guys very soon about this week's NXT. And I believe, call me crazy, there should be an NXT Championship match between Finn Balor challenging Karrion Kross and Scarlett. Anything else? Any other news? I hope you enjoyed the Beastman unboxing the other day. That's all I got, everybody. The hardest part of the ring. The hardest part of the ring. Ba-da-ba-da.